is After Opie and Anthony Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just Sam Roberts today. No. With me is the legend, the award-winning entertainment reporter, the man that, quite frankly, the man that I've shared a bed with. His Hollywood Highness, Ian Halperin, is still here, hanging out. How do you think your big return? I mean, people don't know that. A lot of people, if you Google image Ian Halperin, Sam Roberts,
will come up.
You can find a photo of the two of us.
Yeah,
you wearing very little clothes, me fully clothed.
That was like 2.5 years ago, at least.
Well, that was for you. You held a bed in.
That's right. In what hotel was that at? The War.
I don't know. It was right around. It was in this neighborhood.
It was in Midtown. The Warwick.
Because you held a bed in. It was the
Warwick, right?
It sounds
Warwick
right.
Hotel. Yeah, that was interesting because of my book about Arnold. Which came out.
And I remember that you called in. Troy and me went down to report on you live on the scene at the bed in.
Yeah.
And it was a creepy scene, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, we got there early, and so it was me and Troy, and then you and your guy. And you were kind of just in bed with no clothes on, yeah. And I said, I'm glad Troy's here because I wouldn't want to be here.
And Troy
alone.
climbed in.
He did, yeah. Troy took his clothes off and climbed in himself. But that what
happened with that book?
What happened?
Was interesting.
That was the Governor, correct?
The book originally tanked. They did a deal with the media to really shut me down.
Who did?
To this day, I presume it was the Shriver camp.
Mm-hmm.
She's much more powerful than Arnold.
Now, is this because this book, The Governor, had all kinds of secrets about Arnold's past?
It had all the sex life in there, everything.
Right.
And then 4 months later, my phone starts ringing off the hook. Everybody who, usually when I do a book, I go on Entertainment Tonight, Inside Edition, Extra, all the big shows.
I mean, the Michael Jackson
CNN,
book put you over the top, didn't it?
Yeah, even before then, I always did the shows.
You're a
Today's Show.
Big star.
And not a big star, but, I always worked the media and did all the promo, in which you need to sell books. And anytime I was on Howard's show, I mean, Howard and Oprah were very powerful for selling
book selling?
Absolutely. And this case, nobody wanted me on, so I held the bed in. And that really didn't do too much.
No, if I remember correctly, it was me and Troy that showed up, and then some European, British.
The BBC. You're talking about the biggest broadcaster in the world, not some Europeans.
Look,
you're talking about the biggest broadcaster on the planet.
Well, I don't watch them.
Yeah, well, they are the biggest.
The BBC shows up, and they put out this video.
Yeah.
And we watched it on the show, but the video had your hotel and your room number in the video.
Yeah, and then people started showing up. I mean, that was pretty unprofessional.
That doesn't seem right at all.
No, that was really...
You talk about the BBC being the biggest thing there is. You think they'd know to blur out the room number. I
was very unimpressed with that because people did show up after. And
plus, they're ordering room service to your room.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's insanity.
But what happened, in a nutshell, 4 months later, I get a call.
This was after the bed-in.
Yeah. 4 months go by. The book tanks. Everybody and their uncle now wants me on their show because of the news of his son.
Right. Now, did you know this is when we found out that Arnold had sex with his housekeeper.
Mildred Baena, her name.
And it had apparently, is this alleged or factual? I'm assuming alleged. I don't know.
Well, this was factual.
Factual, okay. And had a son by her. So, was this in the book? Did you know about this?
It was originally in the book.
Right.
And the publisher took it out for legal. We kept in a lot. We kept all his dalliances in there.
You knew this, but you couldn't have it in.
Yes, because, anytime you write a book, it's vetted by lawyers.
Of course.
So we had it in, they take it out, but everybody knew I had it in. So all of a sudden, I have every broadcaster in the world hunting me down, wanting me to fly to New York, to Los Angeles, to London, to Paris, to Austria, where the governor's from.
Of course.
And I said, dude, we're going to do this on His Highness's terms now, because nobody wanted me a few months ago. I made them all show up at a secluded destination.
Why?
Because I wasn't going to do another...
just to flex your power?
Another road show. No, not to flex my power.
How come it had to be a secluded destination?
Because I wanted to kill everything with one stone. I do interview after interview.
Gotcha.
A private destination.
Gotcha.
And they all showed up. And about 2 months later, this was still going on. I mean, I was doing extra.
So did the book end up selling at that point?
Well. We did very well with
Now,
that.
do you put your own money into these books?
No, I mean.
Okay, so when a book tanks, it's like, it makes it tough to do another book, but you're not losing cash.
No.
You get the nice advance.
Yeah, you get the advance, and we've seen, I'm sure you've seen many authors fade into oblivion.
Sure. Especially celebrity journalist authors.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
of
that's
course.
a fleeting profession.
Absolutely.
Is it not?
Well, depends who you are. I mean,
Right.
people like myself, Christopher Anderson, Kitty Kelly, we last because we work hard selling books. Jackie Collins.
Yes.
You familiar with Jackie?
Of course.
Have you had her on the show?
No.
You know, she works it more than anybody. She'll show up at shopping centers. She'll show up anywhere to sell a book. You got to work it. It's like being a band.
Now, 866-WOW-1-WOW is the phone number. And let's get some chicks on the phone. Because like,
I'm only going to talk to chicks.
O&A had you on today, and a lot of dudes calling up, but we need to prove to Ian that there's some estrogen listening.
Well, first of all, I want to thank O&A.
Yeah, of course.
They are really legends in the radio business. And it was great to be back. And how did you think the show went?
I think it went very well. But I want to know why have you been gone so long? Is it because we haven't been inviting you? Is it because you've been busy?
No. You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
This was strategic on your part.
No, not at all. I just really, I feel it was strategic on both parts. We needed a break. I mean, things were getting a bit heated a couple of years back. We had a good run.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got into some altercations specifically with Anthony in the past.
Yeah, but Anthony's a great dude.
He is a great dude.
You know, I have a lot of, I have a profound respect for Anthony.
But you used to call in and mention having sex with his ex-girlfriend a lot.
That's years ago. I mean, you know.
That was like your thing. Like, that was your deal.
It was just a joke. I mean,
Okay.
it was, look. Anthony and I think there's a respect there. I think
a mutual respect.
The dude has survived for eons in this business.
Eons?
Eons.
Oh.
Do you know how to spell eons?
I-O-N?
Very good.
Nice.
You obviously, you went to Princeton. Where did you go to?
Syracuse University.
Good school. Derek Coleman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good center for them.
I got a lady on the phone.
Pearl. Do you know Pearl Washington?
I don't know Pearl Washington.
You don't know who Pearl Washington is?
Do you know Lady Trucker?
No.
Lady Trucker. You're on with Ian Halperin.
Hey, Ian, you asked for estrogen to call, so I called.
Well, first off, where are you calling from, Trucker?
I'm in North Carolina.
What part of North Carolina?
Henderson, North Carolina.
And how's the weather today in Henderson?
Nice and warm. It's about 72.
You having a good time?
No,
Why not? Are you lonely?
I'm very lonely.
Oh,
And
yeah?
I'm just, yeah.
Have you seen photos of Ian Halperin?
No, I'm not available. I'm not available, but let's play His Highness date, okay? I'll be like your J date today. What's your demographic for guys? First of all, are you into men or women?
Great question.
I'm a dick licker.
She loves licking dicks. Ian, you have a dick, correct?
Last time I checked. Do you have a dick?
I do.
You do?
Indeed. I checked yesterday.
Now, what color is your dick?
It's the same complexion as the rest of my body, which
matches?
is an off-white, I guess. I got peach.
Because you do look a bit albino.
Yeah, albino.
Yeah, has anybody told you that before?
I mean, I guess pasty, pale.
Yeah, a bit. You need a bit of a vacation, Sam.
You think so?
Yeah.
Where should I go?
Take, somewhere where the sun shines.
Yeah.
Maybe Kingston, Jamaica.
The sun doesn't shine too often in this studio, Ian. You've been in here. No, it doesn't.
But you have nice lights.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be getting color from these lights. Lady, are you with us, lady?
Lady Trucker.
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. First off, what's your demographic, the age? Do you want a guy 95 plus, 100 million in the bank?
Yeah, you want an older cock or a nice young one?
Nice young cock. I'm a cougar.
How old?
Under 30.
Wow, that is a young one. That's younger than me.
And do you prefer kosher cock? Do you prefer ghetto cock? What type of cock do you like?
That's a great question.
Well, I'm a size queen.
Okay, so you're thinking black.
It doesn't have to be black. It can be Italian, too.
You want a big, fat, young salami, huh?
That's right.
Wow.
And if there's one schlong that you could be compatible with, let me ask you a question. Let me just get an example, Trucker, of the type of schlong you're looking for. If I put Leno, if I put LeBron, or Latifah,
Great
Which
question.
one do you take?
Does Queen Latifah have a penis?
I haven't checked.
Okay.
I would go with Leno.
Leno over LeBron?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
What about Opie over Anthony? Who do you take there, Opie or Anthony?
Well, Opie's married, so I'd have to go with Anthony because he's got that adorable little Beavis with him.
Have you ever fantasized about Anthony?
No.
Well, Anthony's a little too old for her. Thank you, Lady Trucker. I can't talk to Lady Trucker all day. Lady Trucker is not physically...
Trucker, are you there?
No, she's gone.
She's gone. Have a good day, Trucker. Let's go back to the lines.
All right. Doug in Boston.
We're on the Sam Roberts Show.
That's right, Doug.
Post O&A.
Prime time, Sam Roberts, professional broadcaster. How are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you? Ian Halperin is here with me.
Yes, I know he is. Ian and I have a mutual friend who I went to college with. Who
You have a lot of friends out there, Ian.
Yes, and I'm sorry, but Ian, dude, you are the most self-promoting.
All right, let's get rid of this guy. I'm not going to have any negativity. You're
Good.
gone, caller.
Good.
Next caller.
And you know what?
Next caller.
If you're going to promote, who else is going to promote you if not yourself?
Exactly.
Right? All right, let's
Next
go to
caller.
Doug in Boston.
No, Doug.
Yeah.
Doug came on before. He had his chance. He made libelous
He blew it.
statements. Gone.
Well, it's not libelous to say you're self-promoting.
It's very libelous what he said.
libel involved.
Off,
These are
off,
people who know
off,
you,
or I'm going
Ian.
to walk.
Hang
Off.
People who know
Off.
you. Come on.
Off. Doug, get a life off.
on. Doug's gone. I got to
Thank
be
you.
respectful to Ian Halperin. He wants
I
the
am
guy
the
off.
guest.
I can't. Yeah, you're the guest. I've invited you into my home. You've so graciously graced me with your presence.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Sam. And I really, all the kidding aside, I'm very proud of what you've done. I think your career is just going up and up. And, guys are getting old. Stern's getting old. These guys, I mean, they're still young, but...
They're not Lady Trucker age, are they?
You're around good company. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question.
Please do.
If there's one person you look up to in the radio business, who is it?
Well, it's hard to say one person. It would be probably Opie, Anthony, and Jim. You know what I mean?
Jim.
These are the three that I've been around since I was just a lowly intern.
How long have you been here?
Over 8 years.
So you came in as an intern.
Yeah.
Were you studying broadcasting?
No. I learned from the School of Hard Knocks. I learned on the streets. I learned by coming to this show. I was...
And how did you get hired as an intern? Why did they choose you?
I don't know if you've looked around. I don't know if you saw the transition between Opie and Anthony in this show. If you looked at the interns that were cleaning up, it's not the most difficult thing in the world to get an internship with the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of people think that, but it's not.
Have you had any women being interns here?
Yes. Nikki's not here today. Is she, Rock?
No, she's not.
Okay.
We have a cute girl who's interning for us now. We had a couple cute girls interning for us over the summer. Yeah, now...
So you were one of the guys who survived.
That's exactly right. The thing about the intern, it's not that difficult to get an internship with the show. What makes it difficult is sticking around, finding a job, finding a place for yourself, and advancing, Ian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a matter of winning a championship. It's a matter of holding it. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's easy to get there. It's tough to stay. It's a very good point.
Right.
It's really tough to stay there. I mean, Howard, he's one guy who's managed to stay there forever. Mm-hmm. He had so many people trying to bring him down over the years.
Right.
And these
and
guys
Opie and Anthony the same way.
It's exact same thing with O&A. I mean, you have down the hall, side by side,
right,
two of the biggest radio icons as shows go that we've ever seen in North America.
I don't think I could be in better company.
You can't.
Right.
You're like playing for the Yankees now.
Right. And then, by the way, that makes it a little difficult because when you got somebody who's just starting baseball and he gets thrown on the Yankees roster, people are going to be a little critical. That's right. You know what I mean? You don't get to learn, but you also advance a whole lot quicker than you would otherwise.
What's been your biggest highlight here?
Probably the time I went to the bed-in and got to get in bed.
All kidding aside.
I mean, there are highlights happening all the time.
But your biggest one, all kidding aside.
Just last week, and it's hard to say because it happened just last week, we had Jenna Jameson on the show.
How was that?
It was great. It was Jim and I, though. She was on the Aftershow. And Norton stuck
with
around.
Jim.
Yeah, Norton, me.
I love Jim Norton, by the way.
He's great. He's great.
He is. He's a consummate pro.
But let me tell you about this Jenna Jameson. She came in to promote her book.
Yeah.
And Jim Norton stuck around with me. We interviewed her. Complete wreck. Like, Jenna is off the rails. She appeared to be on something. I don't know for a fact that she was, but she certainly gave off that impression. She wasn't following questions. She was incoherent, but we kept her for the whole 35 minutes. We put the interview out there. It's on YouTube. It was last week. It's well over 100,000 hits.
What about Ron and Fez? What were their names there?
Ron and Fez.
Are they still around?
Yeah.
They're
They
still
come
here?
on after this show.
They're here after the show.
Because
these guys were huge too.
Ron and Fez, of course.
Yeah. And how's their show doing now?
Great. I mean, Fez doesn't talk much, but
So they're on the O&A network now?
yes, Ron and Fez are on the Opie and Anthony channel.
Okay.
And their show's been gangbusters.
I'm sure.
Gangbusters.
Yeah, they're big. So
Yeah.
as a channel right now, what's the lineup? You have O&A, yourself.
You're looking at, and I wish you really should be listening to the channel more often, don't you think?
I know. I got to...
I feel like you should be listening to what we're doing
You're
because this is your bread and butter right here.
You're right.
So it's Opie and Anthony in the mornings.
Okay.
After Opie and Anthony Live with Sam Roberts,
Yeah.
Andy and Halperin on Sundays.
That I knew.
Then Ron and Fez,
Yeah, that I knew.
and then we replay.
And then replay. So there's
Yeah.
no other hitters.
No, this is
So
it.
it's the three of you.
That's right.
You need the cleanup hitter.
Well, what do you mean?
You need a guy to bat cleanup. Opie batting one, you two, Ron and Fez
Yeah.
number three, and they're legends in their own
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
been around forever. Those guys.
Oh yeah, very, very successful. We have
If there's one guy you could interview,
One
who
guy.
would it be?
Ian
On your-
Halperin.
No, seriously.
one guy I could interview.
in today's world.
There's a lot of people I'd love to, right now
All
today.
right, dead or alive?
Well, today I would
Yeah.
love to get Kanye West in here for an hour.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be a great interview.
And dead.
Dead?
Yeah, one deceased person who
Johnny Carson I would love to talk to.
that would be the guy.
I mean, and he's because you're looking at Johnny Carson as a guy who's not only does he have a career to speak of, but he knows everybody.
I agree. Now, if you're allowed to ask the king of late night one question only.
Johnny Carson.
Yes, what do you ask him?
Only one question. I guess it would have to be your favorite piece of puss. Isn't that the question you ask?
I would ask him something else.
What would you ask him?
One moment on his show that defined his career, that took him to the next level.
But don't you think other people have asked him that question before?
Not sure.
I don't know what the answer is, so maybe they haven't.
I'm not sure.
But that's what you'd
I'd
be
probably
curious.
ask him if he wears a cock ring.
Those are the questions you need to get to the bottom of because you know nobody's asked him before.
Well, Johnny had a lot of pussy.
He did.
I mean, I saw pictures once, I believe, of Sally Fields. He was involved. Do you remember that?
Was the graphic photos?
They were taking the sun together. He was wearing a towel. Who knows what?
Probably a
if
cock
anything
ring
was
underneath. Yeah.
Can you Google that? You're good at Googling Sally Field and Johnny Carson.
Well, I can't Google it from here. I'm hosting
because you're
now.
working now. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll Google after the show.
Who's on the hotline, Eric? Oh, Jose.
I worship you.
Jose, hello.
Yes, I just want to say to your highness, I love them and I worship them.
Hey, Jose, I love the name because there's been some great baseball players, some great dignitaries, some great entertainers.
Right.
Jose Feliciano, Jose
Feliz
Bautisto, Jose Canseco.
Jose, can
Steroids
you
and all
see?
was a great. Jose,
You get
can
it?
you? Jose, where are you calling from today?
I am calling from Montreal, Canada. I name my dog, His Highness, after you.
Now,
Where do you live in Montreal,
That's a
Jose?
good question.
What is this stuff?
What street are you on in Montreal?
Great
Jose?
question.
La Bouza.
La
Now,
Bouza.
Ian, did you meet Roland today?
I believe I did.
Our
yeah.
talent booker?
Yeah.
Jose sounds very much
Very
like
much
Roland.
like him.
and, he's got
Jose, what a name! Yeah, they do sound alike. I slipped Roland maybe $20 to make this call.
You
Do
did.
think?
Well, it worked. We got a chick on the phone.
Bring him on.
Denise in New York.
Hey, Primetime Sam Roberts.
How are you?
Love the show.
Thanks.
As a matter of fact, I love the show so much I always listen to it, and I'm a little disappointed today. You usually get such good guests, and I had to Google this guy to see who he was.
Well, he's Ian Halperin. He's His Highness
I'm
Hollywood.
sorry to disappoint you, Denise. Really, so sorry. Sorry to make your day bad. But you sound like you have a nice voice. I wish you all the best.
Well, thanks. Hey, Sam, is there anything I can win today?
Yeah, I'll give you a copy of The Hangover 3 on Blu-ray.
All right, make sure you sign it, okay?
Hey, Denise,
Will do.
Denise, hold on a second. Leave her here. She has a nice voice. What do you do, Denise?
I am the wife of a trucker, and I'm a housewife.
All right. And does the trucker bang you well?
Excuse
Great
me?
question.
Does the trucker bang you well?
He does okay.
Yeah? How many times a night can he go? Because I heard truckers have extreme endurance.
Libidos, too?
You have to realize that, he's on the road a lot, so when he's home, we got to make up for lost time.
And do you think he's monogamous when he's on the road? Does he...
No lot lizards?
Well, but believe me, if someone was going to be paying, they'd be paying him.
All right.
Oh, he's that hot?
Sure, he married me. I wouldn't marry the garbage.
Oh, yeah? How big's his muchacho?
That's a great question, Ian.
I think you seem a little interested in my husband.
That's a great response.
I mean, you sound like a classy woman, and I just want to make sure that you're well positioned and that you're happy in your life. You sound like a straight arrow, Denise.
Denise, you
sound like a combination of Princess Diana meets Roseanne Barr, and I'm trying to decide who you are.
Denise, I'm going to put you on hold. And the phone screener is going to get your address.
Hey, have a good day, Denise.
I have to talk to Ian about your new life. You used to come in here. You'd call up. You'd talk about all the chicks that you're banging.
Do you think I mellowed?
You'd bring chicks in.
Do you think I mellowed, Robert?
I think you've mellowed.
People must confuse you. There's a rocker up in Canada called Sam Roberts.
Oh, I know. Canadian people know he is. He's not big in the States.
He's not. But
he's never broken the States.
Is there any confusion between the two of you? I mean, do people email you and thinking, vice versa?
No. Every now and then, somebody will pipe up on a YouTube
Is that
comment.
your real name, by the way?
Sam Roberts. Yeah, it's a beautiful broadcasting name, is it not?
It is. But a lot of people change their name.
No, I'm not. Not me.
A lot of Jewish people changed their name because they didn't want to be called like Chaim Lewinsky. So they changed it.
Is Ian Halperin your birth name?
It is.
That's beautiful.
But Sam Roberts is your birth name.
That's my birth name, Samuel.
Samuel.
Yeah.
And the middle name?
Wood.
Samuel W. Roberts.
That's a great name, is it not?
I think that's a very distinguished name.
My question, though, is what is it like for you, the former king of pussy getting, that's what they called you, to now be in a relationship?
Yeah, I don't miss those days at all.
You don't?
You live one life.
What about all that strange?
It's one kick at the can, no dress rehearsal, and every day's a new day, and you got to respect every day and reap the most benefits out of every day.
Right.
End of story.
Get that pussy is what you're saying.
No.
I read you wrong on that.
You get over it. Look at yourself. You're married. You're wearing the ring.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Couldn't be happier.
What does she do?
She works for a movie studio, an animation movie studio.
3D?
As a matter of fact. Yeah, they do 3D movies, sure.
Which studio?
It's one of the it's one of the top studios. They make real movies.
Pixar?
No, it's not Pixar, but it's on the level of Pixar.
And they're in the city, or
yeah, they're in New York.
So which studio? Give us the name.
Well, I'm not going to give you the name because then. Well, I mean, I guess
why not? Give them a plug.
It's the company that makes Ice Age and those movies.
Well, that's a big brand.
Big brand.
That's a huge brand. And what does she do?
She's a creative executive there.
And how did you meet her?
We went to the same high school.
That's awesome.
We've known each other for many years.
So you've been together forever?
Yeah, we've been together as long as I've been with the show, actually.
And any kids on the way?
Not yet.
But you want to have children?
At some point, sure. What about the girl you're with, Ian? You're all questions, no answers.
No, I'm a journalist. I have to ask questions.
I understand, but I'm a broadcaster.
I'm keeping the girl very private. She's really nice.
What's her first name? You tell me that.
I'm not going to say her
What
first
does it start with?
I'm not going to say
Is
her
it Brittany?
name. No, it's not Brittany.
Okay, I thought it was Brittany. What does she
Brittany.
do? So she's a private person.
Yeah.
This must be...
She has a master's.
So does she understand what it's like for you to be a public person? When you come home and you've got tweets that are saying some great, many not so great.
Yeah.
When you got strangers coming up to you on the street, videoing you, allegedly crying outside of a Burger King.
Yeah.
Does she understand the life of a public person like you?
Sure.
She does.
I'm not so public, and of course, I mean, it's.
And how many times do you bang her per night?
Per night?
Per night. On a given night. On a good night.
I'd say 11 times a week.
What? 11 times a week? How old are you, Ian?
I'm not going to tell you.
More or less. Give me a ballpark.
How old do I look to you?
I'd say 42.
All right. We'll keep it at that.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into...
So we'll jump around. We'll jump up a little bit.
We'll jump up a bit.
45 then. At 45 years old, you're banging 11 times a week?
Yeah, do I look in shape?
You look in great shape.
Yeah.
And you come in and you told me I look like a disaster.
No, I said you look like you're overworked.
I'm good. I'm good for maybe 3 times a week.
I'm
not
worried
11.
I'm worried about you.
You are.
I don't want you to die young.
Right.
The mortality rate is still 100%. Yes or no?
Yes.
In 60 years, will this show still be on the air here?
I wouldn't think so. No.
All right.
How could it?
So we agree on something, Roberts.
Right.
Now,
that's 2 things.
I came in here, and I love you.
Thank you very much.
I was worried about you.
I see.
Because you look white.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you
I'm a
look
white
like
person.
you haven't left the studio since I've been on the show.
But look at what I've done.
You've done great.
Right.
But how far did that get a lot of guys in this business who just burnt out and faded away?
I won't let that happen, Ian. You know why?
They all say that.
But you know why I won't let it happen? Because I have in my mind, I can't disappoint His Highness Hollywood Ian Halperin.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't have that.
What's the game plan? What's your 5-year plan?
The 5-year plan? Well, right now, I feel like I'm in a great place with this show and this brand. I feel like I'm doing a great job of taking my brand and building it off of this brand. So if we can keep moving at the pace we're moving at now, we should be right on par for the Sam Roberts Show to become a regular entity outside of the Opie and Anthony world. Not to say I won't also exist inside the Opie and Anthony world.
I think that's a good plan.
That's the plan.
And I think it's feasible.
Thank you.
Because you paid your dues.
Right.
You're a smart guy.
Mm-hmm. Immensely talented.
You ask good questions.
Thank you.
And I think you just got to stay with the program.
Let me ask you.
But you got to be healthy. Are you eating well?
No, that's not.
Do you eat a lot of junk food?
I don't eat a lot in general. I'm a skinny guy.
Yeah, you are.
But I can't give up on soda pop. Can't give up on fast food. Can't do it.
What fast food do you eat?
I'll help myself to a bit of KFC. I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'll stop at a Popeyes if I see it. I will.
Do you ever read the ingredients?
No.
What goes into this stuff?
No.
Do you agree, yes or no, that we're a product of what goes into ourselves?
I could say, yeah, of course, sure. Yeah.
I think what you need is you need to consult with a nutrition expert.
I feel like that's I need to start treating myself like a superstar.
Yeah,
if I want to be treated like a superstar.
Absolutely, you're abusing yourself now. And what I suggest to you, Roberts,
right?
Instead of going out 7 times a week and having a bunch of junk food, go out 1 time a week and do it properly.
Cheat day.
You can have a cheat day.
Cheat day. Why not? Let me ask you.
I'm worried about you.
Don't worry about me.
No,
I'm great.
I'm worried. I'm worried about you because you look white.
I'm white. A lot of people thought I was black all these years. You tell me. How long have you been seeing this girl of yours?
I'm not going to talk about relationships.
More or less. More than a year, less than a year.
I'm not going to say.
Maybe less than a year.
All due respect to her, she's an amazing woman.
Do you use protection when you have sex, when you fornicate?
Of course. Come on.
It's smart.
Of course. Come on. I'm a germaphobe.
You are. Oh, is that what it's about? Yeah, but you probably, it's one thing. So you've always used condoms when you were hooking up with these girls before your relationship. In a relationship, you will still use condoms.
Absolutely.
How long do you have to be in a relationship before you stop using condoms?
I'll only do it when we decide if we want to pull the trigger and have kids.
Is the age difference enough that is a possibility?
Yeah.
It is.
Of course.
Is this the girl that you might marry? Could you make her?
I don't believe in marriage. Institution of marriage in North America, with all due respect to anybody in marriage, the numbers are almost at 60% today that dissolve. And I think you have to look at alternative ways of coexisting and of expressing love in today's world. So to be right on with you, I think we have to reinvent the Cupid formula.
So you're like, this is my bitch who I'm with. No, but that's not to say.
No. I mean,
something like that.
There's a lot of people who are together who don't get married for various reasons, and you have to respect those reasons. You can't, Roberts, go against the numbers.
Right.
Percentages dictate.
But I did.
You cannot go against the majority.
But I did.
You did?
I got married.
But you're only, a year and a half into the equation?
A year and a half, but we've been in a relationship for 8 years.
What was the wedding date? Do you still remember the date?
June 11th, I'd like to say.
Okay, June's a good time to get married. Did you have a nice day? Was it beautiful outside?
Great wedding.
Were you crying?
Beautiful day. I'm not going to say I was crying. There was a little mist.
Was there a chuppah?
There was a little mist. We did. She's half Jewish. You'll like that. You'll be very pleased about that.
Father or mother?
Mother.
I mean, she's Jewish.
So you'll be happy about that.
Not half. She's Jewish.
So that means if we have children, Jews?
Yeah.
That could be good for them because show business loves a Jew.
Do you like Jews?
I mean, I married one, right?
Yeah.
So what does that say?
No, I'm just asking.
You're Jewish.
A lot of people don't. Do I look Jewish?
Do you look Jewish? I don't think so. I don't know what
I'm
that.
very Jewish.
Yeah, but I like you.
Yeah, likewise.
You know,
I think it's fantastic that you married a Jew because interracial is what works best today. And I think you're giving your kids options of learning about both cultures.
Right.
And more variety. It's a fast world today. And the more options you have, the better.
Is the woman that you're with different? Is she Jewish?
No.
Oh, so you like that?
Yeah, I like interracial. I'm like yourself.
Is she a different ethnicity than you?
You're talking about color?
Color.
No, she's
white.
She's whiter than you, Robert.
She is.
Yeah.
You worry about her?
I'm very worried about her.
She's gotta get some color.
I'm making her take beet juice every day.
Is that what helps?
Carrot juice, ginger. When was the last time you had ginger, Robert?
You used to come on here and talk about your affinity for black women.
Yeah.
Is this a point of contention? Because I'll tell you this, Ian.
Yeah, but we're talking about the past.
But I'll tell you.
I live in the present.
I'll give you a.
Have you ever banged a black chick?
Oh yeah, and I'll give you a story about me.
How was it?
It was great.
How did the puss smell?
It smelled fine. It
Yeah?
smelled great. I mean, to me, there is not.
Did you lick the puss?
I did.
Nice. You're a good man.
To me, there's not a difference.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say that there is, but
no difference.
there is no difference. However, when I first started dating the girl who went on to be my wife, she was a little insecure about when she'd see me, you know, giving the up and down to a black chick. She'd say, "Well, what's that about?" Because that's the one thing that she's not black. She'll never be black. What can she do?
Yeah.
Is the girl that you're with looking at your history, looking at your affinity for ethnic women, and saying that makes me a little insecure?
No, not at all.
She's not.
Not at all. You know, you have to live in the present. You have to embrace every day with respect, with dignity.
Right.
And the past, there's only so much we can do about the past. It's gone. We can't bring it back.
All you can do is embrace it, quite frankly.
You know, I respect baseball teams who play like 390, 400 one year, and the next year they come back and they're on fire. Look at the Colorado Avalanche this year in hockey.
Right.
Are you a hockey fan, Roberts?
No, I don't know what you're talking
Last
about.
time I checked, they had a terrible season last year. They're 10-1 this year.
Right.
Do we have any sport fans who are going to call in here today?
I mean, you look at the
and
New York
talk with
Giants.
His Highness. Yeah, the
That's
Giants.
the reverse,
What
isn't
are they?
it?
1-6.
Right.
Did they win this week or
They won this weekend.
So they're 2 or
No,
one?
no, that's one.
One.
That's one.
That they got one.
They got a Super Bowl quarterback
And would it
there.
surprise you if next year they come back and they have a 10-6 season and they win the Super Bowl?
You love the comeback story.
I love it.
That's your shit.
I love the comeback. Because
When you could say, I could sit here.
you said something very profound today, Roberts.
You're
You
right.
said it's easy to get there,
Yep.
but it's tough to sustain.
Right.
And that's the key.
Sustaining.
It's so difficult because then you have everybody and their uncle breathing down your back.
Right. Like, guess what?
Are you going to let me stay with you as a house guest episode?
You want to? Yeah, you can stay in my
I'm going
place.
to pitch that to my producer.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think it would
We
be.
could go on adventures together. I live in Westchester, New York.
That's a nice place. It's
great.
Do you own?
No, I rent.
What are you paying a month there?
Less than $2,000.
That's a great deal.
It's a great deal.
How many bedrooms?
1.5
That's fantastic.
for 2 people. How
How
many
did
do
you
you
find
need?
that?
I just looked. I opened my eyes. You know,
That's an amazing deal.
I became aware. Let me.
What's the train ride from Westchester to here?
Train ride's only 35 minutes, but I
And do
drive
people recognize you on the train now?
I drive.
They drive. You drive.
because I have to get here so early in the morning.
You drive alone, or you drive with your
No,
better half?
I drive alone. But I'm going to tell
you
you.
both have cars?
Oh yeah, and I'm going to tell you this, Ian. I get recognized all the time out on the street in New York.
I'm sure.
Everywhere I go.
How's it feel?
Great.
You like it?
Never better.
Does it inflate your ego?
Oh yeah.
Do you wear glasses, Roberts? Sunglasses?
I'll wear sunglasses, but only to protect my eyes from the UV, not for aesthetics.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you.
Yes.
About people of different ethnicities. You know who Russell Peters is?
Yes. Great.
Great comedian, is he
Amazing,
not?
amazing.
Amazing. Well, Orange is the New Black, House of Cards, Arrested Development. Are you ready for the next big thing from Netflix?
Yeah.
I hope so. Prepare yourself for Notorious, Netflix's newest comedy special, starring international stand-up sensation Russell Peters. Russell started doing stand-up as a kid in his native Toronto, and now he's one of the biggest comedians in the entire world. Ian, you're a Canadian.
No,
you understand how massive this guy is.
He's a giant.
It really is.
Extremely talented.
Over 75 million views on YouTube, nearly 1 million Facebook fans, and one of the most diverse audiences on the planet. He's sold out arenas like Madison Square Garden and Sydney's Royal Opera House. Ian, that's in Australia.
Yeah.
Also launching with Russell's new special, Notorious, is Russell Peters versus the World, an exclusive 4-part series that takes you behind the scenes on Russell's tour and has tons of great outtakes and interviews with his family and friends. Don't miss Notorious and Russell Peters versus the World, now streaming only on Netflix. Ian, I got to ask you. You're now talking about this reality show.
Yeah.
That you're doing now where you live in people's homes. And like I said, I want you in my home. I think this could be a great episode.
I'm going to pitch it.
Is this the end of Ian Halperin, celebrity journalist, tearing the wool off from people's eyes and exposing the seedy underbelly of people like Michael Jackson and Courtney Love and the Governor himself?
Well,
are we done exposing celebrities?
Yeah, I think that's a thing of the past. I did for so many years, and you always got to keep progressing.
Yeah,
I've been doing movies for about 8 years now. I never say never, but.
Do celebrities get mad at you when you come out with these books?
No, my books are fair. They're balanced.
But I mean,
they're
even
not hatchet jobs.
A celebrity doesn't want a balanced book. A celebrity wants a book that's completely in their favor.
Yeah, they want a puff piece.
Right.
I don't do puff pieces, and you know that very well, Robert.
That's why I have you on. I wouldn't have on some...
No puff pieces, but I'm more, I'm a serious filmmaker. I've been doing movies. I love the art of filmmaking, and it's just so exciting today with Netflix out there.
Oh, we're just talking about Netflix.
YouTube. Yeah. People have access to information. And the key is to give the people choices. And they have so many choices right now. How many people are listening to this show today?
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands?
I would say so.
Well, does that mean 500,000, 750? What's your guess?
I'll say 750,000 people at least.
All right, so get me one more woman on the line. Come on. One more woman out of 750.
Let's see. Conrad in Canada, are you a woman? He can't even answer the phone. What about Carl in Boston? Is that a woman's name?
No, it's Kate. Same thing,
All right,
no guys.
No guys. Okay, all right. Let me talk to then, I guess, Dave. That sounds feminine. Dave in Long Island.
Sammy.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, you cannot let this princess stay at your house.
Why?
His reality show is a scam.
To do what?
He's freeloading, staying in people's houses, trying to...
He'll be the first guy watching it. You know one thing I'll tell you, all these detractors, without them, I probably would have sold 2 books in my career.
They'll talk shit, but then they'll go out and buy the books.
They're the first guys to buy it. They're the first guys to watch the show. It's amazing.
And do they act as motivation for you?
Nah, I wish them all the best.
They don't even affect you.
They don't affect me at all.
Like Jay-Z said, you brush that dirt off your shoulder.
That's it. Do you think I'm a talented guy, Robert?
I think so, Ian. I think specifically in your way with words, and your the passion and the art with which you can sell your projects. I mean, people say what they want to say about you, but this book's never going to get made. Yeah. Well, all of a sudden the Governor's on a bookshelf. Yeah. All of a sudden this Lady Gaga movie's on the TV Guide channel.
Why do you think they hate me so much? You think they're anti-Jewish? What's the deal? You think they're jealous?
I think there's some anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
I think people don't like a self-motivated person. I think the level to which you are self-assured might strike people as somewhat less than endearing.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with it. I think when a person is their own biggest fan, people feel like they don't need to get behind him anymore.
It's a good point.
Right?
That's a very good point.
Right.
I got to say this. How much time?
Only a minute or two.
Only a minute. We're running out of racetrack.
Right.
There's not a lot of time
We
here.
almost hit that finish line.
Yeah, let me get one woman on the line
while we're waiting
before we leave. There has to be one woman on the line because I'm going to ask a question too.
Oh, this is going to be
good. And if she gets the answer, do you have something to give her?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get one woman on the line, and I'm going to throw out a question.
While we're waiting for that, you know about getting your woman gifts. Now that you're a monogamous man, you have to get her gifts all the time. Yeah. When you need to get the woman in your life a gift,
Yes.
as you tend to do, you want it to be a great gift. Is that right?
Yes.
It's got to be great. Steven Singer is the guy who's going to help you find the perfect gift. You know, the more you procrastinate in buying her holiday present, the guiltier that you're going to feel. The guiltier that you feel, the bigger the present that you're going to end up buying. Not to worry. Steven Singer has what every woman wants. A really great pair of studs. Diamond studs. The beautiful sparkle. The simple elegance of the diamond stud on each ear. Steven Singer is going to make it easy and affordable. Check out his diamond stud earrings starting at just $199 online at IHateStevenSinger.com. These are really beautiful. High quality, bright white diamonds. When you shop at Steven Singer Jewelers, she'll never outgrow them. Not only does Steven have the best selection, quality, and price studs anywhere around, but he also has a lifetime upgrade guarantee. Get the woman in your life a great gift. Steven Singer Jewelers, the other corner of 8th and Walnut. 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER. Or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. And let's go to Connie in Moose Jaw. Connie.
Yes.
Okay.
Ramon, give this man AIDS in his tuchus.
You don't want AIDS in your tuchus, do you? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds like really nice. Really nice people, these guys.
Truly
you know?
ridiculous.
Where are these people? You know, it's
I don't
just
know,
so
but
sad that there's people with such vitriolic attitudes out there. But I
you're
wish
scaring
them
them
the
with
best.
those big words. You're scaring them with those big words right now.
Is there a woman on the line? Because I have a question to ask.
There are people calling up now, but we got to let Ron and Fez take over.
Ron and Fez coming in. Okay, Roberts, let me give you a plug.
Give me my plug.
This is His Highness saying, listen to the Sam Roberts Show every weekday following the great O&A on Sirius XM.
Love it. Thank you, Ian Halperin. Stay tuned.
Always a pleasure.
And
bro.
what's your Twitter?
Ian Undercover.
Ian Undercover on Twitter. Stay tuned. Ron and Fez are coming up
Peace
next. Goodbye, everybody.
The Opie and Anthony Show is now over. For real this time. Check out the O&A Show on Facebook at Facebook.com/Opie and Anthony. And catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. Ron and Fez are next.
Hey!
Alright, well that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, at Opie Radio, at Anthony Cumia, and at Jim Norton.